Hello. So, last time we've got a ship, we can shoot it, pew, 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 it flashes, it's looking good. But a very important and key part of these type of games is scoring systems. So, let's go ahead and make one of those now. What I'm going to do in my content folder, I'm just going to create a new, I'm going to right click and create a new folder for, like, I don't know, UI or widgets. We all know what UI stands for, right? User interface. So, right click, user interface, widget blueprint. I'm just going to create a basic one, which I'm going to call in-game HUD. And we all know what HUD stands for, right? Heads up display. Open the HUD, and I'm just going to add a canvas panel. I like a nice canvas panel. And in that canvas panel, I'm also going to add a text. And I don't know, put it wherever you want. I'm just going to stick it in the top right. We can refine that text by changing like the color of it, changing the size of it, the font, all of these things. Whatever you feel is best for yours. I don't know, it's going to be set in sky, so I'm actually going to go for like a nice bright orangey yellow colour, but doesn't, like I say, doesn't really matter too much right now. I'm also going to align it to the right, like that, and I'm also going to press the anchor in the top right and anchor it to the top right, so that way it's always going to be in the top right of our screen. So with our text setup, we're going to need it to tell us the score. However, we've not actually got a score system yet, so let's go ahead and create one. I'm going to go back to my blueprints folder, and in here I'm going to create a new blueprint, and what that is going to be a game instance. Now, in case you're not familiar with the game instance, it's, what's the best way of describing it? It's such like, it's a temporary file that will save, like, it's like a sort of temporary save, I guess, that exists while your game's running. Whereas, like, if we put the score on the player, but then we load it into a different level that didn't have the player, the score would be reset and we'd lose access to it. But the game instance will always sort of store that value. So I'm just going to call this SHMUP instance. SHMUP instance. And I'm going to double click it and open it up. And in there, I'm going to create a variable called score. Should be a float. I like whole numbers. Let's go for an int. And compile and save. So we've now got a game instance, and that's got a score in it. However, what we've not done is set our game instance to be the relevant one. So I'm going to go to Edit, Project Settings. And then I'm going to go to Map to Modes. And at the bottom, you see where it says Game Instance. Let's change this to our new one. Our new Game Instance. Excellent. So, if I'm going through this a bit fast, just tell me and I'll slow down. You can't because it's a recording. I'm going to go back to my HUD. And I'm going to click on my text. And you see where we assign the text value? Next to it, I'm going to say create a binding, and we're going to get these two nodes, and what we're going to want to do is cast to that new instance that we just made. So type in cast to SHMUP instance, or whatever you named yours. Off the object drag right and do a get game instance widget version. No, get game instance. Let's try that again. Thank you. And off this, we're going to say get score. And we're simply going to drag the score, which will do a conversion for us. And there we go. It is now going to print the score. And that score is 0 because we've not added anything to it. So if we go back to our baddie, we've got, where's the kill system? Oh, that's the spawner, baddie spawner. Baddie, where are you? Here we go. So we've got two sort of functions, and again, you can sort of set your score however you want to, really. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it should we just do it on the destroy actor, or maybe you want to do it every time we hit something? Yeah, let's do it when we hit something. So what I might do, in fact, instead of doing it every time we shoot it, what I'll do is we'll put it on the event begin play. So on your event begin play, do the cast to game instance, your SHMUP instance, sorry. SHMUP game instance, and we can get game instance. Obviously, what we could always have done as well is gone to our HUD and just copied and pasted these if you wanted to be quicker and lazier. We could have done that. And we're going to get score. Oh no, we're not. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. This game instance here, I'm going to drag it right and I'm going to promote it to our variable. And I'm going to call it just like instance ref. Instance ref. Cool. Compile and save. Now, every time we want to get the score and affect the score, we can actually just use this. I've accidentally opened it twice. Sometimes if you ever see that error that says it can't save, it might mean you've opened your product twice. See, that's fixed it. Yeah, so now we've cast it, we can actually just use that instance instead of having to cast every single time. So, over here, where it's just a regular hit, I'm going to get my instance, and I'm going to get score. I'm also going to do a set score. YU in like that, and let's add, say, 10 to it. And I'm also going to do the same thing, but when we kill it, we're going to add 100 this time. Cool. Now, in theory, all of that should be working. However, we can't see it because we've not added it to our viewport. So I'm going to go to my player, my main player, and on my event begin play, I'm going to create widget. If I could type, that'd be fine. Create widget. I'm going to specify my new in-game HUD, and I'm going to add that to the viewport. Let's hit compile, hit save, and let's actually test this now, shall we? So in the top right, we can see we've got 0, we shoot it, we get 10, and then we get 130. Maybe the font's a bit big and it's not very pretty, but it's functional. And in a lot of ways, is that not the most important part of a game? It being functional rather than pretty. I mean, I kind of hate the colour. But then once we've got like a sort of space looking background, maybe it might not be too bad. I don't really know. But there you go. Feels like we're working towards something. We've got a score system. It's fine. I'm just going to go back to my game, go back to designer, shrink its size because it actually was a bit much. Set it to Nintendo 64, maybe set it to be a little bit more on the white side with a stroke. Whoa, like 2 should be sufficient there. Alright, and that should make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, it's a bit better, isn't it? Might still be a little bit big. Cool. Also, next we could probably add a health bar, add some health to our system, to a player. I don't know if we want to do like a bar or we want to do like some love hearts. We could probably also do the second type of bad guy, but I think for this one, that's going to do us.